Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss about how to reverse the given string. So if the given string is code, the output string should be EDOC. As we know that string class in Java does not provide any reverse method, so we are going to implement the reverse method from the scratch. Although the string builder and string buffer class have built-in reverse method, but as the implementation of the reverse method from scratch have been asked in a lot of interviews, so we are going to implement that in this video. There are various approaches that we can take, but we would be discussing the time and space efficient approach. So let's try to visualize the approach with the help of an example. So we have this example here. We are going to use two pointers, the green and red dot. Green dot points towards the first character and red dot points to the last character. To start with, what do we want? We want the first character to be at the end position and the last character to be at first position. So let's do that. And now we move the pointers. Now we want the O to be at D's position and D to be at O's position. Let's do that. And now we have the reverse string. So that's it. We are done here. So what we did here is we swapped the characters from both the ends while scanning the string. Okay, simple. Before moving to the code, let's try to understand this approach with the help of indices. Okay, so we I and j indices with I equals to 0 and j equals to 3 pointing to first and last character respectively. Now what we do is we swap the characters at I and j, and now we increment I and decrement j. I becomes equals to 1 and j becomes equals to 2. Now we swap the corresponding characters and that's it. We are done here and we have this reverse string. We are done with the concept. Now writing code would just be a cakewalk. Let's go to an IDE. I have already created a class called reverse. Let's start with writing a function. A static function, return type string. Let's name it as reverse string. String parameter, let's name it as input string. The first step we are going to follow is to convert the input string to char array so that the swapping of the characters become easy. Let's do it. Input string. For that we will use toCharArray built-in method. That's it. And we are going to save it in a char array type. Let's name the variable as char array. Now let's iterate and swap the characters. For that we are going to use a for loop. Inside the for loop we write the logic for swapping the characters, and we start with saving the value at I index into a temp variable of char type, and now we assign the value at j index into char array of I. Char array of j. So the char array of I value is inside the temp variable, and the value at j index is inside the char array of I. And now inside the char array of j, we assign the temp. That's it. We are done with the swap logic, and this is the whole crux of this method. After this, the char array contains the reverse order of the string. So now we return, return the string. By converting char array into a string. Let's call this method. Save it and run. And we get the expected output as EDOC. So we see that our code runs fine. But what if the passed string is empty or null? So let's handle those kind of edge cases. So here we are checking that if input string is empty or if input string is null, we return the input string as it is and rest of the code remains same. Okay, now let's discuss about its time complexity. For time complexity, as we see in the for loop, that we are iterating the whole char array and hence the time complexity is order n, where n corresponds to the number of characters in the char array. And for space complexity, as we see that we are returning new string by converting char array into a string. Hence the space complexity is also order n, where n corresponds to the number of characters in the char array. And we are done with this video. Let me know if you have any doubts in the comment section below. Till then, happy coding and keep smiling.